Today's episode is about comparing yourself to others. And I'm not talking about looking at another person's weight loss journey and saying, wow, that's interesting. I'm talking about the inner dialogue that we go through every time we see someone else's before and after weight loss pictures. So this episode is about your journey, who you are, and how sometimes comparing yourself to others, it's not a good thing to do. Let's get into it. Thank you for choosing the Weight Loss Woo podcast, where the true meets the woo. If you're interested in weight loss and wellness science, spirituality and self-healing, health mindset hacks, and universal laws like the Law of Attraction, you're in the right place. My name is Terry Renault, and my certifications in wellness, weight loss, Law of Attraction, and life coaching, just to name a few, have been helping people over 40 lose weight since 2015. Let's get into it. There are about 1 billion weight loss journeys that you can look at online right now. I could be wrong. It might be even more. So it's going to be really easy to go down the rabbit hole of comparisonitis, right? Oh, that person wanted to drop 100 pounds and they did. And they did this, that, and the other thing. But I already tried this, that, and the other thing. And that did not work for me. Why is life so unfair? And there goes your brain, right? You've lost, right? Because your brain is coming up with all these things. Comparisonitis, it can really kill your commitment to your own weight loss journey. It can really hurt your results because you don't stick with it. It can make you feel hopeless. And the second that you feel hopeless is the second that you're going to just lay on the couch and reach for another ice cream cone or bag of chips or bag of cookies or whatever your personal weight loss, poison is. You're going to be drowning yourself in the sadness and sorriness of your existence. It's too hard. Might as well just give up. Because Betty over there lost 100 pounds. And I've only lost 7. Oh. Right? I'm not saying don't look at other people's weight loss journeys. I'm saying the voyeurism, it's not always a good thing. So the guy next door, constantly on his ladder, I constantly see him looking over here, pretending he's doing something else. Or he's trimming back the lilacs, or he's trimming back his banana flower tree, or whatever the hell it is. Or he's up there and he's fixing something in his awning. And it constant staring over the fence. And yes, that's creepy and weird. But then on another level, what's going on in his head? Oh, what do they have over there? What are they growing? I can't see, right? I need to be all up in their business because maybe their yard's better than my yard, right? Or maybe they're letting their dandelions grow. And I'm going to have dandelions now. Like, I could never have a dandelion because I have nothing going on in my life. This is my main focus. My main goal is to kill every single weed. Right? I mean, everybody has their own little story. And I don't look into his yard. I don't care what he's doing. It doesn't bother me that he has an insanely weed-free garden. I let my dandelions grow for the bees, right? And I make tea out of dandelions, so I don't kill them. I try not to kill anything, right? Some weeds, they're invasive. I get it, right? But I don't compare my yard to anyone else's yard because I have different things going on. It's very difficult for me to get down on the ground because I have certain spine issues, right? I try to get down on the ground as infrequently as possible. Even my gardening is in a raised type situation, right? I just don't have that strength of body that some people do to be on their knees for like 3 hours a day, right? And plus I have other things going on in my life, right? And I'm hoping that you do as well. So comparing yourself to others, it just, it doesn't always turn out in your favor, does it? I want you to remember that you are not them and they are not you. They have a different body type. They have different goals. They probably are doing different things than you're able to do or that you even want to do. And I also want to remind you that while we're looking longingly at what the other person has done or is doing, we're not concentrating on our own shits, right? When our focus is, hey, what's going on with them? Our focus is not on, hey, what is going on with me? And being aware of what's going on with you is all part of mindfulness, isn't it? To just be in this moment with yourself, doing the best that you can, right? That is going to be key to any kind of wellness and weight loss journey. Okay, another thing I wanted to address is this hatred that some fluffy people feel towards really skinny people. Now, in Law of Attraction, we talk about mindset all the time, right? And if you hate wealthy people, do you think you can attract money? That is always going to be a hell no. You will never be able to attract things that you have hard feelings about. Now, I totally understand if you do not want to take weight loss advice from someone who has never been fluffy. Because I'm sorry, if you're 20 years old and you have zero life experience and you haven't ever been like over 50 pounds overweight, and you don't know what it's like to even have body fat at all, because for breakfast, you have like a glass of water and 150 sit-ups, right? You have zero body fat. I can totally understand not wanting to take weight loss advice from that person because they don't know what it's like to be where you are, right? We all find our own paths and we all can relate to some people more than others. But I want to make sure that you know this. If you have hard feelings about the skinnies, the thin people, the zero body fat people, right? If you have feelings of ill will, then it's going to be difficult for you because you cannot attract what you have bad feelings about. You will never be able to attract that. And for me, I got to a point where I just thought, well, that's really nice for them, But we all have to make a decision. Okay, how far do we want to go with this? And what is our ideal? And in my opinion, your ideal weight is the weight that you feel comfortable at, that you feel physically well, that you're able to do the most things, that you're not putting a bunch of pressure on your joints, and you can move freely. Right? Now, there are a bunch of other things that I had for myself. I had to release weight so that I could sleep better, because I found that being so much overweight was creating sleep apnea for me. I was constantly waking up, gasping for air, right? I had acid reflux like you would not believe because my diet was horrendous. And my body was saying, hey, you're eating absolute crap. Do you mind? Right? Like, you got to get it together, girl. Right? Put some better stuff in your body. How many Pringles do you need? Just stop it. So I just want you to take a second to look at how you are looking at people who have released their weight, or people who are saying, oh, hey, everybody, come and lose weight with me. And they may or may not be your personal icon of who you would like to be like. So just move on from that, right? Try to just be okay with it. Be like, well, you really don't know what it's like being 20 years old and having never been more than like 5 pounds overweight, right? Some of us know that following a person who's showing you how to lose 5 pounds is not going to work for us because we have a little bit further to go than that. So we need someone who understands what it's like to lose more than that, to be more overweight than that, and the consequences that go on in your body, especially at midlife. I mean, if you're fortunate enough to be in your 20s now or in your early 30s, then you've got a huge edge over many of us, right? I didn't really get serious about my health until I had to. And I would have been almost 50 before I got really serious about it. So the third point I wanted to make is some people are going to have tips that are awesome for you. Some people have been exactly where you are, and their tips are going to be really relatable. And some people are going to have tips that you absolutely hate. That's just how the weight loss journey goes. Not everybody wants to start the day with a wheatgrass smoothie. Some people are totally disgusted by that. The point I'm making is take the tips that you like and weave them into your life, and leave the tips that you're unable to get to or follow at this time. Because sometimes you'll get a doctor, I know I've had doctors say, okay, you need to get out there and walk like 10,000 steps a day. And I'm like, all right, I guess. I don't know what everyone's obsession with 10,000 steps is. I'm guessing it has something to do with those electronic things like Fitbit, right? Where it gives you a reward, it vibrates. And it's like, ooh, you've done 10,000 steps. I'm like, yeah, whoopee-doo, right? You could still show a movie on my ass. What does that do? Right? It's not about the amount of steps. And at the time, I was seriously overweight, and every step felt like hell on earth, really. After a certain number of steps, I was just crushing all my joints with this extra weight. I'm a small person, let me tell you. I cannot carry an extra 50, 60 pounds on this 5-foot body easily. You know, it's not long before I look like a pear with legs. It's not a hot look for me, right? Some people can carry their weight really well. I was not one of them, right? So some tips, I could take them, and some tips, I had to leave them, right? And you'll have to make that decision yourself. Don't try to weave in 20 new things in the same week. And I say this over and over again because people consistently think that they can make 20 lifestyle changes in the same day, and your brain is designed to try to keep you safe. So when you leave everything that your brain thinks is safe behind, your brain, like all the, all the emergency alarms are going off, and your body's going, hey, where's the ice cream? What's happening? There's no sugar coming in. I can't function like this. I'm gonna give you a headache. I'm gonna, give you diarrhea. I'm gonna close, or I'm gonna give you constipation because you have to eat the way I'm used to eating. Damn it, right? I need that sugar to function. Where's our energy coming from? Throw that vegetable dish in the garbage, right? And give me back my ice cream. Do it now. So your brain is designed to keep you safe from all these wacky decisions you make. And it thinks that what you're doing right now is keeping you safe. So it is going to rebel. It's like when you give up caffeine, you'll notice that you have bad headaches and all kinds of issues with your body. Our body is addicted to sugar. It's addicted to other chemicals, caffeine, alcohol, all kinds of different drugs. And when we try to make these massive changes all at once, we experience all kinds of anarchy within our brain, within our body. So just in the beginning, just take the tips that you feel you could weave in without too much trouble, without craziness. And that's why when people come to me and they say, well, what should I start with? I always just say, start juicing. You need the extra nutrients, you need the extra energy, and drink more water. And try to get as much sugar out of your diet as you possibly can. Just start with the easy things, right? So, stop comparing yourself to other people. Your journey is not their journey. Everybody's different. It's just as simple as that. Stop being a hater, right? Looking at people who have the result that you want and hating them is never going to equal you being thin and healthy. It never is. You are never going to be able to attract what you despise. And that is a basic mindset law that we've all been hearing about for about 100 years now. When you see somebody that has been on a weight loss journey and they've done really well and they've kept the weight off, inwardly applaud, outwardly applaud. And when you have good feelings about what you're seeing, you will attract it. Yes or yes. And lastly, take the tips you can take and leave the tips that are too difficult at this time. It gets easier to add more things later. Start with the easy stuff and move on to the complicated stuff once you have mastered the easy stuff. Thank you so much for listening today. You can find me on Instagram at Weight Loss Woo. Join the free Facebook group, Weight Loss Woo. I'm hoping we'll talk again soon. Over and out. Thank you for tuning in to the Weight Loss Woo podcast today. I would like to take this opportunity to personally invite you to the free, brand new Facebook group, Weight Loss Woo, where we discuss transformational weight loss and wellness on the daily.